Hello, it is Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025, back here for another daily shakeup. Today I want to talk about guardrails, as in bowling. Think about when kids are bowling or adults who are learning to bowl. They typically start with guardrails so that not every ball goes in the gutter. And why that's relevant to the topic today is about empowerment. Because a lot of us as leaders talk about wanting to empower our people, give them more responsibility, but we don't ease them into it. Guardrails are a form of easing people into something new because we like to believe that everyone is like us, and most people are not like us. We've had different experiences, different beliefs, different assumptions about work, about empowerment, about failure, about risk. Because the thing is, it's like we're handing off this big package. We're handing off the ball to our employees saying, run with it. But they don't run with it, or they set it down, or they throw it down, or they drop it. It's because they've got concerns. They've got risk issues. They've got fear issues, fear of failure, how they're going to be looked on, how they're going to be judged. Why am I being handed so much so quickly? Now, the reality is 80% of people don't really like change. 80% of people don't like taking risks. And we typically try to empower when we do by just frankly dumping it onto others. We need to ease people into empowerment. We need to give them some guardrails of how to make decisions. Because if you give people too much empowerment too quickly, they will typically reject it. They will resist it. They will shut it down. They will not run with it. And then you might conclude they're not the right people. But maybe the answer is they're exactly the right people, but they need to be eased into this empowerment, not thrown into it like a cold plunge. So put up some guardrails, do some enhanced communication, let people know their parameters of the empowerment before you give them the wild, wild west of empowerment. The problem may not be empowerment or your people, but the absence of guardrails to ease them into it. That's my thought for the day. Love to hear your thoughts on my thoughts. Have a fabulous day. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Give us a like, a share, or a comment, and let's spread this conversation about greater influence and greater impact in our leadership.